to Scooner. Sorry,
Okay.
Leia,
That's okay.
because he's a writer, and I like to hear his idea. Um, so go, going by now that I've said that I've established that Bucky's now the new Captain America. What superhero are you going to handle going forward, Schooner?
Fantastic Four.
Okay, how are you going to go about doing that?
All right. Well, first and foremost, I would already start off with a post. This obviously is we're still in post snap, but Reed Richards, Ben Grimm are already established as friends at this point. It's going to be the two of them are. I want to say they're graduating high school right when the snap occurred, but they didn't get snapped. Neither did Sue Storm, nor even John, not even Johnny. So anyway, they grew up in this is the 5-year gap, by the way, during the 5-year gap, at least the beginning of the movie is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Reed Richards is graduating high school. He's valedictorian, and he is getting the high honors. And during his speech, he's talking about how he's giving an inspiring speech. I mean, he knows that this is the post-snap world. So he's giving an inspiring speech saying that this is the time when we must now look forward and not forget the past, but we need to make new discoveries more than ever, and it's more important, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, he even talks about how every setback is an opportunity, and he talks about how he was bullied and he was picked on, but how he was able to overcome that as well. So he's leaving, and of course, Ben Grimm is with him. He's graduating as well. It turns out that Ben Grimm was a sports guy. He did all the sports and all that stuff, but his what's the word I'm looking for? He wasn't really doing good in his studies, and it's revealed that Reed had been tutoring him, and because of Reed's help, he was able to pass. And so now we fast forward past the 5 years after Endgame. Reed Richards is now one of the most decorated individuals in the world, and Ben Grimm has become a pilot. And very similar to the Fantastic Four movie, there's this new project that they're trying to go up into space. It's the anomaly there's an anomaly in space that they're going to try and study for the sake of humanity. All right, and when they take off in their shuttle, they suddenly hit a set of turbulence, and they go through the anomaly, which of course gives them their powers. Thanks to Ben, he was able to pilot the ship back down, and then lo and behold, they have their superpowers, and they're the Fantastic Four. You guys with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so they become the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards.
Yeah, Sue's not a bitch on this one.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of funny that you mentioned Sue, because when they're going up there, Reed and Sue are already engaged. They're set to get married. They're not married yet, but they're engaged.
Nice.
So they get their superpowers. They come back down. Reed Richards is already realizing the anomaly had messed with them, altered their DNA. Johnny Storm is like going, this is incredible. So now we can be the new Avengers and all this kind of stuff. And he's already going out. Yeah, exactly. So he's already like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. Ben obviously is feeling very self-conscious about how he looks because he feels like he's not human anymore. And Reed is trying to say, okay, don't worry, we're going to try to fix all this, yada, yada. Well, actually, my version would it would actually show that despite the fact that Reed and Sue are engaged, that Sue is I'm kind of going to try to go for more of the ultimate Fantastic Four. Focus more on that aspect.
Okay.
But she can see that he loves her, and Reed is trying actively to, after the mission into space, he was actually going to retire. He was going to become a professor, and he was going to focus on a family with Sue. And that all went out the window when they got their superpowers. But anyway, so they're trying to figure out the anomaly, why it happened, and all that sort of thing. And it's actually going to be an alien invasion. There's going to be an alien invasion. Yes, another alien invasion, but no, they're not. And yes, they're probably going to target New York. I don't know.
Please say you're doing the Mole Man.
We're going to be doing the Mole Men in the sequel.
Yeah. Oh,
I
why? Why can't it be the first movie?
Whoop, sounds like a little child in a candy store. I want that one.
Here we are having a golden opportunity to introduce the subterranean aspect of the Marvel universe, and you don't even want to tackle that. You want to go with the cosmic again.
Of course, you got to go with the cosmic because we got to explain.
Why you got to think so small? We got the bigger picture on the Earth, man. I'm talking about on the Earth. I'm talking about on the Earth. I'm talking about on the Earth, man. We talk about security of the world, Scooner. Shoot, not just a cosmic event, the world. Got Mole Man running around eating up people, all kind of shit. We need top 5 security of the world, Scooner.
What if I told you that the Mole Men appear in the post-credit scene?
Okay, I'll live with that.
Yeah.
and make sure the Mole Man in shadow.
They're always in shadow.
Like the man. No. The Mole Man.
Yeah.
The Mole Man. Do you know the Mole Man? The Mole Man. The Mole. Do you know the Mole Man who lives underneath the ground? Make sure he in the shadow, like Thanos was in the first Avengers.
Yeah, of course.
I am the Underminer.
I was actually going to have him appear as a very tall man in a trench coat and a fedora and a big hat. Wait!
You don't want Danny DeVito as the Mole Man?
He's going to do the voice.
He's going to do the voice.
He's going to be the voice.
Okay.
The voice. Remember the voice.
I guess the word you're looking for is ah, or maybe you're sedated and this is some lucid dream you're having. You see, Max, we're both monsters. You see, I was not blessed with the. I'm not gonna butcher that line.
Received as monsters, but somehow you're a well-respected monster, and I am to date not.
Mm-hmm. I've got a question for Scoonie. Scoonie, so you're going to stick with the 5-year. You started off saying that the 5-year blimp caused in Endgame, so you're going to stick with that plot point in this treatment.
Assuming I don't make that 5-year gap.
Yeah, the 5-year gap.
In my rewrite of Endgame.
Yeah, it starts off that the Fantastic Four have their roots in the 5-year gap. In fact, when the event occurred, when people disappeared, let's say that gave Reed Richards the drive and a lot of them to realize, you know what, life is short. We got to appreciate what we have. So the snap had actually a positive effect on the Fantastic Four.
Okay, because I was going to say about Reed, on paper they're mismatched, but I'm thinking the opposite attracts kind of thing, that on paper they seem not, but I'm trying to think of a good analogy that maybe Sue brings out something, brings out the best in Reed, and Reed should be able to bring out the best in Sue. Maybe something that she's never realized about herself. I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm thinking if you're reading Sue, I'm thinking of the as a woman. I'm thinking of the romantic element to this story.
Oh yeah, definitely have Leia on this one if you want to write the romance in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally. Yeah, I'm open to ideas. This is just a working title. But I always thought, wouldn't it be interesting if he showed her. Trying to think. Like, what are you thinking, Leia?
Well, I'm thinking perhaps Reed. As we know, Reed is not as desk drawn as he claims to be. Like you said, I like the idea about if we're going to have the 5-year gap, the gap does make him realize that life is too short and just how precious she is. But
Mhm.
maybe perhaps what he could do is show the beauty of himself, or take something or do something, take her to some romantic place in the park, or maybe there's a celestial event happening that night under the stars or something, and it takes her to understand the beauty of all that. And while he's talking all that, or even the beauty of the universe, of the stars, or the smell of the flowers, she starts to see what about him that she loves so much. And it's not necessarily being nerdish, but there is something about him that doesn't be cliche. Like in the Silver Surfer, he goes out to a club and tries to be all cool
Yeah.
and everything.
Mhm.
So now, let's say you don't want to go in that direction. And like I said,
No, the idea I was more
I
going
think
towards.
you,
Go
you,
ahead, go
you
ahead.
were you were going towards that. Were you going
Yeah,
towards that?
I wasn't
Okay.
going for him acting all nerdish, as in, yeah, going to that club thinking he could be so cool. I did not like that scene at all.
I didn't
Um,
I didn't I didn't like that scene either. What I'm getting at is that
I'm sorry. Run that
that
back by me again.
the scene in
Run that,
Rise of the Silver Surfer, when he was when Reed Richards was at the club, Johnny was taking him to that bachelor party. I thought
oh,
that
the
was so
bachelor party.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, him doing that dance. Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, that was dumb. What I was thinking, that everybody has a beauty about them. Maybe Reed is not as flashy or strong as the
Oh,
other,
stop the
like the
presses real
Avengers,
quick.
or
Who would you cast as Alicia?
Ooh, that's good. Oh, that's a good question.
Because
I have.
we already did. Look, we're not doing Kerry Washington anymore. So
No,
we're
Mr.
gonna go
Trooper,
with a
sir.
white Alicia.
Okay, I was about to say, must this be a person of color, Mr. Trooper, sir? Do we have to go with that?
We've already hit our quota once. We haven't done a woman of color. So essentially, you could. Just depends on your shade that you're preferring.
I guess what I'm doing, and you have to forgive me, I'm an old-fashioned gal, but when I think of romance and superhero movies, I think of Lois Lane and Superman. Now, I mean Richard Donner's Lois Lane and Superman. I think of Superman, Lois Lane on her balcony. Now we know Reed
Or
is not
anime series
Superman,
Lois Lane.
or anime, yep, or that Lois Lane. But I'm trying to find the moment she realizes that she's in love with him and he's in love with her. And I always think about how there's something, they bring out the best in each other. So
yeah,
I'm
because that was
even if he's
because they were Marvel's first ever family, and unlike most superhero teams, they do squabble, they do fight, they hold grudges. I mean, that's what I liked about the Fantastic Four, and that's what drew me to them. But it's just like a recent video that Professor Geek shared, is that when all is said and done, they always put aside their differences and are willing to work together to protect one another because they're a family. And
exactly.
I always thought, wouldn't it be interesting, because you just gave me an interesting idea here, is that Reed is all about science and he's all about numbers and stuff like that. So he's equivocate, like if he wants to talk about how perfect and in harmony the universe and the cosmos is, how it's all held together by the perfect balance of the whole thing, that it's not a random series of accidents, that there is purpose and meaning.
And that could be, and maybe that's the most romantic thing, that Sue finds that romantic in her own way. Because I'm looking at them as the Silver Surfer movie does, as corny as it is. The movie brings it out that they're not the everyday couple. They find their own way to love. They fall in love in their own way. So maybe when he's talking all that about, Scoonie disappeared. Okay, well, I'll go.
He'll be back.
Oh,
How you got the scene
Yeah,
together?
the
You got,
synopsis is basically the. I'm just going to go really quick. It turns out that the anomaly in space was extraterrestrial in origin, but what it was doing is that it was actually going to destroy the planet Earth. It's going to form a monster that the Fantastic Four have to fight.
okay. Will it be a nihilist?
I'm sorry, a what?
A nihilist.
Yeah, we can make it that.
I don't know if the fans are gonna like it, but whatever. Fuck them. Anyways, Leia.
I'm saying that the movie is more or less going to be about the Fantastic Four than really the bad guy they have to fight.
Yeah. So